Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Chin Up and Rise. I'm your host, Chini, and today we have the incredible privilege to have one of our special speakers, Dini, with us today. Dini is a young entrepreneur who has shattered barriers and defied expectations in a world dominated by male chefs. Join me in extending a warm welcome to our guest, Dini, the owner of the captivating brand Supperman, Speakeasy and Grill. Dini's journey to success is nothing short of remarkable. As a young girl, she entered the culinary industry with unmatched passion and determination. In a field traditionally dominated by male chefs, Dini faced unique challenges and preconceived notions that could have easily deterred her from pursuing this dream. However, she fearlessly forged her own path, refusing to let societal limitations define her. Dini's story is a testament to the power of breaking stereotypes and embracing diversity. Despite the obstacles she encountered, she never allowed her age, gender, or cultural background to hinder her ambition. Instead, she turned all these perceived limitations into sources of strength and motivation, using them as fuel to carve out her own space in the culinary world. Through hard work, resilience, and unwavering self belief, Dini has not only risen to prominence in the industry, but has also become an inspiration to aspiring young chefs, particularly those from marginalized communities. She serves as a shining example of how determination, talent, and a strong sense of purpose can overcome even the most entrenched biases. As we dive into our conversation with Dini, let us celebrate her remarkable achievements and acknowledge the importance of representation and inclusivity in all industries. Dini's story is a powerful reminder that diversity brings fresh perspectives, innovation, and growth. Her unwavering passion for craft and her refusal to be limited by societal expectations make her a true trailblazer. Let us all give a warm welcome to Dini. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the set.
Cool set.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, so can you actually share a little bit about how you ended up in the F&B sector?
How I ended up in the F&B sector. So,
Yeah.
really just, to be honest, it was just by chance, because
Uh-huh.
it was after O level, I took a 1 month sort of holiday, and I thought I'm bored lah, because there's 6 months before you start poly again, right? So I went through fast jobs, I think.
Fast jobs, like internships, part-time.
Yeah, part-time,
Okay.
Yeah, to just find for part-time. Then I applied for a few. I also applied for Awfully Chocolate.
Okay.
And I got it lah. So that's really how I actually ended up in F&B. Yeah.
Okay. Was it since young, do you actually have a passion for cooking or just being in the kitchen itself? Or what made you want to pursue the career or pursue the path of a chef?
It was really more about family, I would say, because I've always loved cooking since I was a kid, right? And then at home, it's my mom cooking, and then weekends we would go to grandma's house, everyone would gather there, then they would cook up many dishes, or we would
Right.
go down to East Coast Park, then have small barbecues, right? Yeah, that was super fun. I liked sort of helping out my uncles with it. So that sort of inspired me, hey, you know what, I actually enjoy this, and I would really like to, try cooking or being a cook.
Try cooking
for a
for real.
profession.
Yeah. I mean, I also have got experiences where I go down with my family to barbecue, and my mom is a good cook, but the only thing that I enjoy doing is eating. So
It's everyone's favorite thing to do.
yeah, so I mean, it's especially when being a chef especially in Singapore, it's quite a male dominated industry, right? So, and I mean, your age right now, being one of the youngest speakers that we have on board right now, right? It's very rare for us to actually find a female chef at your age to actually be doing so well. So what were some difficulties you actually faced having to navigate through this industry?
I'm sure we all know that F&B is really, people say it's a super tiring job, right? People think of it as you put so much work and effort into it, and then the returns are super little or not worth it. And then it sort of puts you down. Then you constantly rethink, hey, is this really what I want to do? then like being one of the youngest people like in the kitchen, you know, with very little experience. Like I didn't graduate from like a culinary like university or something, so like my skills aren't that great. So when I come into the kitchen, right, it's really purely just to learn. And then of course you have like seniors and stuff like that who are much better than you, right? And then they are willing to teach you. But like at times, you know, you mess up and stuff like that, then you can definitely feel that it's, you know, it's you, you know, you're messing up. So and it's food, you see, like wastage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Very
So
important
sayang,
to
you know,
chef
if you
lah.
were to like cock up or something like that. Yeah, so that's like one of the challenges that I face also, which is having to learn, you know, to minimize mistakes in the kitchen, which like, you know, eventually will help you minimize like the wastages. Also trying to learn to like work with people who know better than you. Then if they say something to you, you must like learn to like tahan also, because you just have to take it with a pinch of salt lah, that they're
Yeah.
trying to make you better and not like put you down.
But is that really the case?
Often times they're not. Yes, it's the case. So far, like the people I've worked with are very, very nice people. Yes, I think that's their way of like making me improve, trying to help me improve.
Yeah, like Gordon Ramsay, right?
Yeah, lucky, lucky. But they're not Gordon Ramsay, no.
Okay.
Like you have to really take it with a pinch of salt.
Okay.
Yeah, but if like they start scolding you over like small shit, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
they're just like messing with you lah. But just learn to sort of, you know, just
Categorize what is feedback
Mm.
from anything personal lah.
yeah, that's right.
So I mean, as a female in the kitchen, have you ever faced any kind of discrimination, or was it tough?
Yeah, you know, okay, because most of us in the kitchen are guys, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then there's always the stigma that women are like girls are, women are PMS. Oh, she giving blackface cause she having her period or something like that.
Yeah.
That's like, it's damn irritating lah. Like come on, some people just like want to get on your nerve. Then if I were to like give a reaction, right, and then immediately it's they take it as, oh, she's on her period, that's why she's acting up. Like, oh, that's why she's weak or something like that. It's a common thing.
Yeah, it's like, because we are women, we are not allowed to show emotions at work.
Yeah,
Because if
taken
you
as
do
like
that,
emotional. Like,
because
no,
if you do
no.
that, you will say that we are emotional creatures and that they won't just respect us lah for the things that we do, right?
Occasionally, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, then how do you actually handle that?
For me, I don't really like conflict or like fighting back. You
Yeah.
know, so normally, I mean, the way I handle it is actually quite like unhealthy a little. I'll actually, you know, just keep quiet about it, or like just tell them like, ha off lah or something like that. Yeah,
Okay.
that's like how one of the ways that you get around like with these guys. You know, just tell them to like or something like
You
that.
gotta be rough with them.
Yeah, you gotta be rough back. Then they'll be like, oh, and then they start laughing or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, or just tell them to like blatantly just tell them to shut up.
Okay. So are
Yeah.
these guys all older than you?
Yes, I've always been the youngest
Everywhere you go?
in any kitchen that I go.
Okay. Does that pose as any issues? Because I mean, understand you're a brand owner of Supperman, right? So was it difficult for you to actually bring your idea across and telling the chefs that, okay, this is the menu that I want to create and this is the taste that I'm actually going for? Do they throw any objections when you actually say that, or say that, oh, you're inexperienced? What gives you the authority to actually create a menu like that?
As in like, cause I'm always the youngest, right? I do face like certain issues with some of the seniors sometimes. Like I understand maybe it might hurt, you know, to like have to take instructions or like take constructive feedback from someone who's like way younger than you, and I haven't been like here longer than any of you, right?
Yeah.
So some of them may think like, oh, but like they don't really show it like, nor do they like say it to my face.
Yeah.
Like, but it happens occasionally. In the kitchen itself, like for Supperman, right, I actually got to work with like two amazing chefs. One has the skills, like, cause she's been here like for so long. And then the other one is like a R&D chef who has like these ideas, and all I have to do is like, you know, like really tell them. We sit down, we discuss what do we actually want for like the menu. And then he sort of like gets it. We do our little research, we try this and try that, and then we come up with like a solid plan.
Right.
and we
okay.
execute it.
So where do you
together.
actually get your inspirations from in terms of the whole brand itself?
Oh, good question. I used to have like time to go sort of like doing like small market research. I loved visiting new restaurants, or like looking up like bars on Instagram, stuff like that. Then I see what they have to offer. Then I feel that Supperman is actually really like a compilation of like things I've heard and seen of, and how to say like like it's just a outlet that I can
Like a
sort of,
mixture of all the things that
Yeah.
you like, that you love.
Yes, yes.
And then
yes.
you basically just take a little bit of everything and you make it your own, right?
But of course, there's like the vision of what I truly, truly want. Like I can take so many like inspirations from everywhere, but then
Yeah.
like I see this like end goal that I want, and so we made it happen.
So what is the vision that you have for Supplement?
I just wanted it to be like a really chill place, giving you like cool vibes. I
Okay.
didn't want it to be like such a serious restaurant, even though the food is like
Serious.
yeah, it's damn serious, bro. Like
Okay.
our group meets and stuff like that, right? It's
Yeah.
something I've always liked and want to have in a restaurant, but I don't want to be like fine dining and shit, because it's quite common for like steakhouses or something
To be,
give
like,
off
fine
the,
dining.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't want to be obnoxious about it. Yeah, and like cocktails.
Okay.
Just really wanted to give a cool, chill environment, like in the stretch of Joo Road.
Right. So when I look through the menu, right? So do you actually come up with each and every item that is on the menu, including down to the drinks as well?
For the drinks, yes. For food menu wise, I really left it to the R&D chef because timeline was a little tight. I did try to like sort of like navigate like on my own for the food menu, but wasn't happening as yeah. Like it was too much work. So I got his help. Basically, I just really told him lah like what I wanted. I did like procure a few different types of meats to try that we chose from there. But the rest of the menu and everything, really I left it to him. I just told him the concept and certain dishes that I would like to see, and then he did it up for us.
Right. Okay. So what were your thought process, right, when you were actually creating this brand? Like for someone who also has the same interest to actually want to start their own brand, right? What are some of your thought processes, and how do you go about doing the first step?
Thought processes.
Yeah, like how did it start? From start, it's just one day, just like, oh damn, I want to do something called Supplement, Speakeasy and Grilled. Oh,
Thought process. Oh, it was more of a like I sat down with my team and then we were I can't exactly remember like what we were talking about, but I just posed the question of what if this space that we had, the store in Juchet, what if we turned it into a drinking hole?
sorry?
A drinking hole, like a place for people to
Oh, okay,
come
okay.
and drink.
Yeah.
Instead of doing like cakes or cafes, which is one of the few F&B businesses that are like
Around the
prominent
areas.
in the
Yeah, yeah,
area.
yeah.
Quite boring already lah.
Yeah, kind of.
Quite bored already. Yeah, I don't want to be doing the same thing, just different look. So I posed that question, and then we did some walking along the stretch of the road to see what other F&Bs were offering. Yeah, and then it was more of like the love for food, you see, that we came up with Supperman. Like we didn't want to go back to what we've been doing for years. We wanted to try something new. We needed to have something new.
Something different.
Something different.
So what would you say it's your unique selling point for Supplement?
Supperman.
What makes it different?
What makes it different?
Yeah.
It's compared to like if you walked around Juchet,
Along the street, yeah.
along the street, definitely for one, I would say vibes.
The vibes,
I can definitely feel like if you actually walk past or if you dined in with us, you can definitely feel there's a different sort of vibe. Also because we are how to say it's like it's just not really like the other places.
Can you maybe describe to us a little bit how this vibe is like?
It's so weird, it's so when someone asks me like how to describe vibes, right, it's really so weird. You just have to like sit down and then like you the atmosphere. Also because we're like semi fresco, right? So like the place, the look of the place. You know, we've gone a little grungy. We've got colors, pop colors here and there. We're not keeping it to like one shade or like nude colors.
Okay.
The neon sign sort of like really like pops up when you walk past. Then like the food and also the drinks, we've got like creative names for the drinks. It's not just like irregular. Oh, it's just a Cosmo or something like that. We've got something like the Shoddy Man's Balls that gets people laughing and then they
What?
actually comes in.
Say that again.
Shoddy Man's Balls.
Shorties.
Shoddy.
SHORTY.
SHODDY.
DDY. Shorties men's ball.
Shoddy Man's Balls. Yeah.
Okay. What's behind? What's the intention behind the name?
I just sat down. Then I thought of it because okay, it's a very weird like conversation I had with a friend.
Okay.
Someone told me that balls look like somewhere, you know.
Some way. What's that?
Sour plum, dried sour plum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then that happens to be one of the core ingredients in the
In
cocktail.
the drink, right?
Yeah, then I just sat down there, I was thinking like, yeah, this is like,
Men's balls.
yeah.
Sorry.
And it's like, okay, never mind, I just write that down.
Okay, so now every time I go to Supperman to call that drink, I'll be thinking of whatever you just said to me.
Yeah. Just take a
Okay.
look.
Okay, so I mean, only advice for the viewers out there is that if you really want to check out how the vibes is like, do drop them a visit at Juchet area.
458 Juchet Road. That's
Yeah,
right.
458 Juchet Road. Yeah. Okay, so touching on that, right? Was there a time or like where you felt really beaten up or you felt down because of nasty customers or you're just not able to get your idea across? Like, was there a time where you felt like giving up?
For sure. Actually, to be honest, like quite a number of times really.
Mm.
It's really not easy, especially because this is like from scratch.
Mm.
And we are still in the process of like figuring out who we are, and what we really want for the restaurant, right? Currently, because we've only been open for a few months, you see, so like we cannot really say like, oh, this plan it's solidified. This is what it has to be for Supperman for years and years. I felt like occasionally I get like super tired. You know who doesn't, right? Like running around, and then like some people are nasty. You can take it with a pinch of salt, but if you're really having a bad day, then no choice. I just go behind cry or something, then come back. But I did feel like giving up a few times actually because I just couldn't like figure out like what I could do better for Supperman. It was just really frustrating, and then because we were all so new to this concept, like it's taking time, and I quite kanchong on that. I feel like if in these 6 months or something like that, I don't really see like results or something, then I start panicking like crazy. And I feel like, oh shit, we're doing the wrong thing.
Right.
Yeah, really kanchong until feel like, you know, like, wow, I cannot do anything anymore.
Too
Which
much.
is, yeah, sometimes it feels like really too much.
Mm.
And then you take a step back and then you realize like, actually no lah, you really have to give it time. And then like continue like researching to like really find out what you can do to make things better.
Right. So do you actually have a system or like people around you to actually tell you, hey, you know, take a step back, take a breather, grab a Kit Kat, take a break, and or how do you actually pull yourself out of it?
Some days I will just, you know, ignore everyone. Bad. Okay, not advisable. But occasionally I just have to take time for myself. But then I have got a really, really supportive team, and they're also amazing. I've got a true support system with my colleagues. Like
Right.
some of them are just always, you know, the ones encouraging me to do better. Shout out to Miss Rachel Lim. Yeah.
You can look into the camera.
Yeah, like people like Rachel. I've also got other colleagues like Mindy, Megan. Like they help me get like through it, you know. And then they will tell me like it's okay, you know, we're still new. They are also trying to figure it out. I am trying to figure it out. So we shouldn't be like, you know, like at each other's throats if
Right.
something doesn't work.
Okay. So basically have good colleagues.
I really have.
Communication.
I'm
lah,
blessed with like
communication.
very good colleagues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you do share your feelings with all of them. Lah.
Yeah. Like, but for me, right, like I actually got like a bit of problem like when it comes to communication. I've gotten that a lot. But like if I were to sit down with them and try to like talk things out with them, they actually sort of like help me string my words together.
Okay. Reorganize your thoughts.
Yeah, reorganize my thoughts also. So that's one of the things I'm blessed to have like about this team. Yeah.
Okay.
Then we just come to an agreement. Then we sort of like try things out. Yeah.
That's nice to hear. They have such supportive team.
Yeah, I love them. Yeah.
Okay, so so the previous time where we chat, right? So like, you actually told me about something a little bit more personal that you are actually battling, or you're actually fighting. You're actually fighting chronic depression the entire time also when you are going through this period, right? So maybe you can explain to us a little bit on what chronic depression, how does it affect you in your daily lives, and how it actually affect your working hours as well.
I think one of the major things that it really affects is actually my memory. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like with
Blackouts.
actually, yeah, it feels like a blackout because I genuinely cannot remember certain parts of the day that I go through
That's when it attacks, is it?
when it attacks. Yeah. That's like how to say, it's like a so chronic depression, like I've had this for a few years now, right? And on good days it's really good, but on bad days really I'm feeling the worst. I don't remember a lot of things. So like sometimes they like throughout the day someone will ask me, hey, you remember that day you asked me to blah 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 blah, then we're like, oh shit, I don't even remember at all. So you have to constantly like refresh my memory. It's difficult to get through the day trying to do things because you just don't feel motivated at all. I'd rather just shut myself out. It sort of like hinders like myself getting work done.
Efficiency.
Yeah, efficiency. Yeah, and then like we were always on a timeline, like short timeline or something, right?
Correct.
So that sort of like, yeah, it's one of the challenges that I face. Yeah, and if I don't talk or communicate with my peers and colleagues, then it's difficult on everyone's end because they're always waiting for an answer from me, you see.
Right.
Yeah, and it feels bad lah when I'm going through all this. Then I'm thinking like, oh, like I'm pulling everyone down. Then it feels worse.
Even worse, right? It's like a vicious cycle. You just keep
feeling like bad and bad.
Yeah.
And it's so like, some people might think like, oh, that's like self-sympathy or something like that. But I mean, like, you can choose to think of it that way, but if the episode happens, then it happens, and I just have to let it
just
go.
embrace it.
I just have to go through it,
Right.
But like really have to like try harder lah.
Do you know when it will come? Is it something that you can control?
Now that I'm older, I can actually sort of like gauge if I'm gonna go through it again or not. So that makes things slightly easier for me to like I can prepare myself for it. But like for how long it will go on for is uncertain lah.
Oh, as in you mean each episode can last for a few days?
Yeah, I've got episodes that last for weeks or so.
Okay. Do you know what the triggers are, or it just comes?
Occasionally it just comes, but most of the time now it's mostly because of like huge amount of stress, or if I have been sort of like bottling everything up. Yeah, it will start from there. Or if I got a small anxiety attack, then occasionally it drags on, and then it becomes another depressive episode. Right? But
So
it can
how-
all be felt.
Yeah. So sorry. How then do you actually juggle both managing your emotions while making sure work gets done?
I actually
You actually don't.
Yeah, I actually don't, which is something I'm still learning to do. I suppress most
So you
of the
suppress your
things.
emotions.
Yeah. Then I'll go into like a small mini hiatus. I just don't talk to anyone.
But you make sure that what needs to get done gets done.
For sure.
Right. So does your team actually know about whatever that you're going through, or like this part about you?
No, I try not to talk about it to people I work with. Or yeah, like for example in the restaurant, because I see them like 6 days a week, right?
Yeah.
I try not to
6 days a week.
yeah, I see
Wow.
them 6 days a week. So I try not to like like make it known that I've got like a bit of a problem or something, because I just want good vibes throughout the week so that we're all working well, to make sure that we're a well-oiled machine throughout the week, and everyone not sian. So yeah, I don't really like talking about it with people also lah, because I don't want them to have the perception, because I'm already a girl, people
Yeah.
already think I'm sensitive, right? Then if I tell them this also then they'll be like, oh, she acting up again
Yeah.
because she got this got that. Then like they will not try, like not to, they will walk on eggshells around me. That's very irritating. I don't like that.
Right. But do you think it would be better if they actually understand whatever you're going through so that they give you the right amount of support?
It would be better, yes, but for
If they are understanding lah.
yeah, if they are understanding.
But the thing is that we cannot assume everyone's understanding.
That's right. Especially, I find that this kind of thing, right, is difficult for people to learn in a day, because it's
Correct.
really like, if you're not exposed to it from young, right, and you don't understand it from
Yeah.
before that, then might be difficult for you to really understand why people go through all
Yeah.
this.
So maybe you can help us to help you, in a sense. How then do we actually handle people, or like if you have our friends who are going through depression, right? How can we go about handling it with care? What's the best way? Like, what's the best approach? Or what do you think is the best approach for you?
Okay, this one is for me, because other people have different coping mechanisms and they would like to hear different things. But for myself, if you're really trying to help me, it's do not, do not hide things from me. If it's important and you need me to do it, just let me know. Just give me a slightly longer timeline and be more, give me more details so that I can work it out. It's helpful also if you tell me that, hey, it's okay. Or if you tell me that you're trying to figure out something else as well, then maybe I won't feel so bad. Give me space. Yeah, and for me, it's really about space and time. Like, I need it.
Space and time.
Yeah.
A little bit hard, right?
Yeah.
Especially when you're working in the F&B sector.
And
Space and
everyone's
time is the two
rushing.
things that you don't have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Space and time I don't have. Also, like, you don't have to like be with me like 24/7. Like, it's okay. Just tell me that we are in this together and we can push through whatever is gonna come, and I think I'll be alright.
Basically knowing that you have the support of the team.
Yeah, just let me ride out whatever episode I'm having. But like,
Okay.
yeah, just and don't hide things from me. I'm okay.
Okay. Are there any things that is there a system that you have, like for example, because you mentioned that your memory do get, like there are times where you have blackouts, right? You don't remember the events. Do you actually journal them down, or something that you do?
Yes, I bought myself a very cute iPad mini, and then I write down things. So like,
Okay.
if you're having a small discussion, even the smallest, I'll actually start writing them down just in case I actually forget. Or it's useful when we talk about things in like a group chat, right? So we can just scroll through and see, right, I said that. Yeah. So there's like receipts of what I said lah. It helps lah. It really helps when
Really do help.
there's something physical that I can refer to, rather than like word of mouth.
Yeah. I think that's good. Okay. So one thing is get a journal, jot down everything, your day-to-day things, so that you don't forget, right? Okay, cool. Then so moving back to a little bit on how you actually started your journey as a chef, right? Was there anyone in particular who actually inspired you to be one? Or maybe who inspires you?
Who inspired me? I would say my grandma.
Okay.
Yeah, because food has always been like a means of like support for her family. Because times were tough, right? And not everyone is blessed to have like money in the family. So my grandma took food and used it as a means to support her children and feed them, and also make a living lah. So she's really one of the people that really inspired me to cook from the heart. Because even though she's doing it for money, right, she actually does cook from the heart, and it matters to her whether the food tastes good or not. Yeah, like even if she didn't have like enough, she'll still be cooking like batches and batches of like good food just to share with her kids, you know.
Everyone.
Yeah,
The whole
everyone.
kampong.
Yeah, I feel like it's really got kampong spirit one lah.
Yeah.
But she really did, you know, spark the interest, and also she's still one of my motivations to cook until today.
Is there a goal in mind that you want to reach in future?
I would love to see like what I have right now, like make it big in the long run. I think that's one of the goals I have lah.
Okay. Hope to be able to see more and more franchises.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe a even bigger restaurant.
Okay. And because you are still very young, right? And you have already achieved quite a decent milestone. How do you continue to grow? Like, what are some things that you will continue to take on to actually grow to be a better person or like to be a better chef? And how do you keep learning?
For one, I've started reading more, you know, finding whatever time I have to read. I get the books from like Amazon and stuff like that. Like, yeah, because some
Oh, the iPad mini.
the iPad mini also, like to research. Then, also, like self study. Like, if I cannot go to uni now, then might as well be like self sufficient and learn on my own. Also, there are amazing people to learn from at work. Going out to eat, you also learn, you know, from like eating.
The food.
Yeah, eating the food.
Okay.
Like,
Creating, you mean like creating more different kind of dishes lah.
One of it, yes. But like when I go out to eat, I also do sort of like, how to say, like,
R&D.
observe. Yeah.
Research and development.
Research. Then like, oh, what do I taste or something like that. And I find it interesting. Yeah, that's how I constantly learn actually.
Okay, cool. Then, I mean, in the competitive landscape of the culinary industry, right, how do you actually balance the need for creativity and innovation with maintaining a financially sustainable business model? This is a bit more financy.
Finance, yeah. This creativity and finance, definitely setting a budget first before I go crazy and like buying things to try.
Yeah. So how do you determine like what's the budget that you should set aside for it?
Uh,
What's too much and what's too little?
It really depends. Like, for example, for us, right, like in stores, what I do it for budgeting is actually to look at like my monthly target. And then, you know, there's like percentages like for cost of goods sold and stuff like that. So you set aside, you know, like this percentage of this target is how much I want to be spending in a month to procure my goods.
Yeah.
But yeah, so within that budget of 20%, right, I then allocate, you know, this percentage from this 20% is going to go to solely just buying the meats and stocks. And then maybe I'll set aside like 10% for small R&D projects. Yeah, it's really about splitting up your money. And then every week you just have to like if you're not hitting a specific target and then you only have this amount of money, then you have to like recalculate your budget again to see how much you can actually spend. So then from there I gauge that whether this month I can actually do this and try, or I have to wait until next month. Yeah.
Okay.
Do something like that. Yeah.
And for a brand that is starting out, right, and for other viewers out there who might actually want to start their own brand, right, what are some ways that you actually market your brand, or like some marketing strategies that you know all of us can actually explore?
For one, when you are starting, definitely try to get what's that word, yeah?
Create white noise to
Traction, yeah. Create traction, you know, so that people know that hey, you are gonna open up for sure. That's actually one of the things that you need to
creating white noise lah.
Yeah.
So how do you create white noise? Give some
invite-
tips.
Tips. For example, during construction, you know, like
But construction
physical.
not white noise, it's
As in,
noise.
like, during construction itself, the store is closed, right? So nobody
Right.
knows what's going on. Basically, on the exterior of your restaurant,
Mm.
you can put up like, like we're gonna open up in these few days. Can look forward to this. Have a QR code that links to your website so people can scan and look forward to what's gonna open. Apart from that, of course, I think actually a bit of like media, like inviting media down so that they post about you,
Okay.
so that it reaches more people. That's one of the important parts.
Basically hyping it up.
Yeah, hyping it up, and then like to maintain it, you gotta like really be creative. Like for us, we've ventured into listicles. That helps because like when someone Googles something, like tourists or even locals, when they Google something, perhaps like your restaurant might come up as the first, and then they read, then they like, hey, this is open, we should go check it out. Listicles, postings, advertising yourself. Yeah, that's important too.
Okay. Thank you for sharing. Okay, so maybe before we end off, like, right, do you have any message that you would like to share with other women out there who are actually working towards empowerment as well as equality, or like who are actually working in male-dominated industry? How can they actually survive, or how can they actually thrive in such situation?
I think for one, like the most important thing is to make sure that your head is in the right place, and to always remind yourself of what you want to achieve. Like, certain, like sometimes like in the day, like we get distracted, by small things that might like hurt us or cause a bit of a like leceh in your life. But really just continue, like think of what you want to achieve and let that be your inspiration and drive. Like seriously ignore what these losers have to say. Really, like you're not weak. Sometimes you may go through pain every once in a month, but don't let that like get people talking shit about you. It's fine if they want to talk about it, but do you. Yeah, and stay strong. Like really, it's,
Stay
it's
there.
really not worth it, yeah. Like, oh, then can like talk whatever nonsense they want and disturb you, but you are way stronger than that. So always be the bigger person.
Right. How do you then keep your mental strength there? Like, how do you train your mind to be strong?
Talk to people. If it helps you, like if yoga helps you or something, do it. Like I understand if you're in my industry, F&B, and you feel like you don't have the time, try to find time. But if you're tired, then really take a rest. Don't force yourself. Yeah, just constantly inspire yourself. You'll feel much better, and then mentally you'll be okay also.
How can I inspire myself when, I mean, I'm just thinking lah, if I'm already like there in a dark place, how can I inspire myself when I'm already in a dark place?
If you're really in a dark place,
Yeah.
For me, I like to imagine what life would be like if I'm rich. And that instantly pulls me out, because then I see the goals that I need to reach to be rich.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
maybe you can do that also lah. I don't know. Maybe you're like me. Money. Yeah. I don't
okay,
know.
so basically really find clarity in what's the end goal that you want to reach, and eventually maybe we can actually write a post-it note and paste it on our door, paste it on the kitchen, paste it on the toilet, so that every time you wake up, you actually see, okay, this is something that I want to reach, right? And when I see this goal, these are the steps that I need to do to reach this particular goal. And from what I hear, so that's how you actually pull yourself out of it and focus on the positivity around you.
For sure, yes.
Yeah,
That's
and
a better way to say it. Yes.
and also, of course, surround yourself with people who are supportive and people who care for you, and don't ever bottle up things,
Yeah, don't.
right? As much as you can
No.
lah, because some people actually do bottle up. And if let's say you're really an introverted person, then maybe you can get a journal, write it out. who knows, maybe we can find a pen pal.
Yeah, that's so cool actually. Yes.
Yeah, I think online there's a lot of platforms that allows you to actually exchange or like just find a friend and be a pen pal lah.
Yeah, I don't remember. I actually came across this like one website. It's like cute post-its that like random strangers around the world post.
Oh.
Yeah, and then like some of them leave names behind. Like so, if you have like a common name or something, right? Then you'll probably think it's for you. But it's damn sweet. It's damn sweet. Like there's a lot of like encouraging messages.
Right.
On
What's
there.
the name of the website again?
I don't quite remember, but it's just this page, right? And then all the posts look like cute, like colorful post-it notes. And then it's just a ton of messages. If I actually find it, I will share with you.
Yeah, okay. Then we'll maybe like drop it somewhere here below.
Yeah. If I can find it, okay. I'm sure it's in my phone. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And so what are some things that you would like to tell yourself? Because you're still working on it, right? Like trying to find a balance between handling your emotions and efficiency at work.
What will I tell myself? I think it's important that I remind myself that this is part and parcel of growing up, for sure. You know, I think all of us are still growing up no matter what age. So it's, yeah, so that I'm trying to remind myself, or tell myself, you know, like not to just say I want to give up because I don't feel like doing something in the day. Yeah, and I'll just tell myself to like take care. Like everyone needs to take care of themselves. Like if you're in a dark place right now, like one of the ways to help yourself out is to actually take care of yourself. You know, if it helps to do a extra facial in the night or wash your hair and dry it in a different way, do it.
Okay, so before we go, would you like to give your restaurant a shout out?
Yes, please do drop by 458 Juchet Road. We are serving up dinner from 5 p.m. all the way until 11. We've got exciting things coming this coming June. You can look out for that on our Instagram as well as on our website. We've got brunch as well on the weekends now. You might want to pop by for that. It's really hearty brunch. We're doing tacos as well as burgers. And if you're up for it, you can get jugs of delicious margarita as well.
Yeah, correct. And of course, if you were to go there and quote maybe China and rice, you might just be able to get a free drink. Yeah, I don't know.
For sure. Quote what?
Chin up and rice.
Chin up and rice.
Yeah.
For a free drink.
Prepared personally by Dini. Maybe. I don't know. She's there.
For sure.
Okay, great. Yeah. So that's all for our conversation with Dini today. So from whatever we heard, basically surround yourself with positive people. Find things that you actually do love to do. Have some alone time to actually sort out your thoughts. And most importantly, you're not alone in this journey lah. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you guys for tuning in to Chin Up and Rise. We have also collated the key pointers of today's episodes. All you can do is actually click the link down below to have access to all this. And you can also follow us on the social media handles down below for more content and update. Before you go, do remember to give us a like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time.